Hey YouTube, it's Point Shooter here. Well, today I'm doing a special shout out and thank you to Northern Woodsman, also known as Mike the Bushcrafter, who's the host of the Around the Campfire shows on Google+. Mike was generous enough to send me a beautiful handmade Jeff White knife a week or so ago, and I've had the chance to put it through some field testing lately. You can see it does do carving well. I've split with it, batoned. I've done fine carving with it. It's been a great little knife. Now, it is a full tang 18th century French trade knife, and it is a handmade knife. I love it. At first, my impressions when I took it out of the box was the same as what he had been telling me. It had a very blunted, convex edge on it. Now, when I first tried to sharpen it, I actually was not getting it sharp, and Mike and I talked about it, and it turned out that it really takes a bit of a micro bevel. Now, I did manage to just slim it down a little bit, just for my personal comfort level, but it certainly works fine out of the box. He sent it to me shaving sharp. I've got to work on it a little bit to get it right back there, but it's been doing fine carving, and it's been working out great for me. Now, another thing that he sent was a beautiful handmade sheath. He sent it to me in the right hand configuration. This is one that he made with a little bit of a dangler on it, and actually I've been just content carrying it on my right side. When people send me things like this, it's very special to me because it shows the amount of thought and care that Mike put into this project for me, and so that's why I'm very grateful and wanted to share that with all my subscribers. The other thing that he sent were 5 pieces of chert. And out where he lives, chert is common. The closest rock that we have out here is quartz. And this will throw a spark with quartz and with chert. But he sent me 5 pieces of chert in this beautiful wax linen bag that goes along perfectly with the 18th century. So this is a great addition to the kit. So overall, I'm very happy with this knife. For the price point, around $35, I think it's actually a great fixed blade for bushcraft. It definitely is a little bit different than what I'm used to, because I'm used to using usually larger blades. I'm still also relatively new to carbon steel. I've only been using carbon steel myself for about a year now, and so this knife follows suit with that. But it's gorgeous fit and finish on it. It's got a wonderful patina on it, and with the more use that I have with it, it's going to continue to patina very well. Beautiful handle. Now, the difference between a French trade knife and an English trade knife is that the English trade knives are more squared off on the back. But what I really like about it is that it has a full-length blade here, and it doesn't have any of those annoying choils that people like to cut into their blades. But you can choke up on the blade very well, and it's very good for bearing down for fine detail work. Now, the back is very rounded off because he and I have both used it for flint and steel sparks. Now, he's lit fires with it. I lit a piece of char cloth the other day, and it did work fine for that. But one of the things that I've noticed is, and he mentioned it as well, is the back will not throw a ferro rod spark because it's so rounded. So you'd have to use the blade in that kind of case. But in keeping with the 18th century tradition, I'm going to only use this with flint and steel. So that's something that I have to keep working on. As Blackie told me, flint and steel only throws about an 800 degree spark, 800 degrees Fahrenheit, compared to 3000 for a ferrocerium rod. So you definitely need the right kind of tinder. Mike uses charred punk wood, and has also used steel wool. He recommended as another tinder for me. I just had little postage stamp size pieces of char cloth and was able to get it to ignite the other day, but I haven't yet put it into a tinder bundle and blown it into flame. I'm still pretty new to char cloth myself. I've had some for about a year, but haven't really used it very well in the past. But definitely very happy with this knife. It's a beautiful sheath, it's a beautiful knife. It's a great addition to my woods kit. Unfortunately, where I live, we can't carry fixed blades, so this is relegated to the backyard or out-of-state hiking. But I'll tell you, for use in the backyard and for bushcraft practice, it is an absolutely valued piece of my collection. So I wanted to say thank you, Mike. I really enjoyed the knife, and now that I've had a chance to really test it out, I felt qualified to give my opinion on it, that it has definitely performed well. The only thing that it was not very good with was with fruit slicing, and that's because of the thick convex. I mean, think about it. What is a kitchen knife? It's long for long slicing cuts. And because of the convex of this, it's going to hold an edge for a long time, but it's not going to be as good for slicing clean cuts through tomatoes and apples and things. But for me, a Bushcraft knife doesn't necessarily have to do that well. It just has to do it. So I really have enjoyed it for the wood carving capacity and the overall edge retention, which has been great. Alright guys, thanks again Mike. This is Point Shooter signing out.